Greetings and welcome to my Final Fantasy VIII video. Final Fantasy VIII, made by Squaresoft, which we know today as Square Enix, because Square joined with Enix, and they became Square Enix. But yeah, Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite Final Fantasy game, which, you know, is very uncommon as far as Final Fantasy fans are concerned. I think the majority seem to go with Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII is usually the favorite that everyone leaps to, because I guess it was the first 3D Final Fantasy game. And I guess a lot of people at the time were wowed about that. It was a impressive display of graphics, which by today's standards is like blocky as hell. It's like, oh my gosh. Back then it looked like the best thing ever, but by today's standards we're just like, whoa, so much has changed. Graphically we can do so much better. But Final Fantasy VIII, I don't know, it's a personal thing for me, I guess. I would imagine that Final Fantasy fans in general latch on to a certain Final Fantasy game because they relate to it the most, which I relate to Final Fantasy VIII the most. I related to Squall, and him being the main character, he has trouble opening up to people. He likes to keep things to himself. He doesn't want to burden others with his problems in life. And I was about 13 years old when this game came out, you know, a young teenager. I was feeling the same way. I didn't want to trouble anybody with problems in life. I just wanted to, you know, do my best and be helpful. And I just really connected with Squall. And he meets this girl, Rinoa, who she kind of pushes herself into his life. She wants him to open up. She kind of presses herself on him, gets him to speak his mind more. They're like, I know you've got something on your mind, just speak your mind. And I guess my little boy fantasy, I kept dreaming and hoping that I would meet a girl in real life that would kind of push her way into my life and try to get me to open up and be more social. But I would have to say I did. I've had some great relationships, and I couldn't help but always relate my relationships to this game, to the relationship between Squall and Rinoa. I would always ask myself, where is the Rinoa to my Squall? I'm such a romantic sap. I couldn't help it. But yes, this is Final Fantasy VIII, and it came out back in February of 1999, I believe. And a lot of people played it on the original PlayStation, but me, nope. I got it for PC when it first came out. There was a company by the name of Eidos. I don't know how it's pronounced exactly. Eidos. Spelled E-I-D-O-S. I think that's how you spell it. Anyway, they made a PC version of this game, and that's actually the version that I got and played. So, I don't know exactly how different it is from the PlayStation version, but from what I've seen, they look identical, they play identical. The only thing that's different is like the controls, as far as I know. Oh man, I love this beautiful CG. This looked so amazing to me back then. Well, it still looks, you know, as far as early 2000s graphically, it looks impressive. It looks so much better to me than Final Fantasy VII's CG scenes. This version that I'm playing right now, this happens to be the Steam version, which came out in December of 2013, so about 3 years ago. And I think there were a few changes, like there's a easy mode or something. I don't know all the details. How are you feeling? I'm okay, I guess. Okay. Take it easy next time, you hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me. Just gonna go with Squall. Why don't you take it easy in training? Next time you might not be so lucky. Tell that to Seifer. That Seifer won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? I can't just run away. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see, your instructor is... Quistis, I'll call her now. Just wait here a minute. Quistis, come get your student. Yes. His injury's not serious. It'll probably leave a scar. Right, now please come by. Squall, so we meet again. I like that smirk on Quistis' face when she walks in during the cutscene. She's like, oh great, Squall's in here again. Squall and Seifer always getting in fights. Getting in trouble. Please let me know if you would like me to continue reading the dialogue. I am not a voice actor, so my voice, yeah. I can't come up with clever, witty voices for all the characters. If anybody, I could just do the Squall voices. sounding like a tough guy that likes solitude. Quistis is trying so hard to get Squall to open up. She knows him so well, she's finishing his sentences. I love this right here, the moment where they're walking in the hall and a cutscene begins, and that you can maneuver and walk around while the cutscene's happening. I just thought that was so cool that they combined the CG with the game graphics, the in-game graphics. I thought that was a really cool thing. Well, I kind of recorded this a little differently from how I normally do my videos. So, the audio of my commentary might not match up with the audio of the game. I'm hoping it does. If I'm as good at my editing skills as I hope I am, it will be okay. But otherwise, for the rest of the video, I'm probably just going to leave out the commentary, and it'll just be game volume. Whenever I was playing the game, I was careful to take my time reading all the dialogue so that anybody that's watching the video also has the time to read the text. And it's a YouTube video, so if you do miss something, you can always pause the video. So there's that. But yeah, anyway, this is Final Fantasy VIII, my favorite Final Fantasy game. I do love 6. I do love 7. Well, 6 through 9 really were my favorites. From Final Fantasy VI to Final Fantasy IX, they are all excellent games. If you've never played any of the Final Fantasy games, be sure to start with those, because honestly, I feel like they're the best. And if you ask any Final Fantasy fan, the majority answer will be anywhere from 6 to 9, I feel like. Then again, a lot of people did like Final Fantasy X. And I kind of liked Final Fantasy X, but from that point on, it felt like Square was going more linear. They kept making the games more and more linear, and I miss what all the other Final Fantasy games did before 10 came out, which was they gave you an open world, a huge world to explore, like, you know, visiting towns and villages that you're not really supposed to go to yet, but you're an explorer, so you manage to wander your way over there. I loved exploring and going to the various towns and villages and upgrading my weapons and armor that I wasn't really supposed to be using yet. That really encouraged me to go explore places. And when Final Fantasy X came out, things kind of changed. It was more linear, as in you go down a set path that the game wants you to take, and I kind of miss the free roaming aspect of the older Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy IX was the last one to really let you go exploring. Good times. Well, I think that's all I have. Well, no, it's not. There was one more thing that I was gonna mention, and that's that I was looking at some trivia to share with you guys about Final Fantasy VIII, and I discovered that this game made a cameo in the movie Charlie's Angels, which I thought was interesting. There's a scene with Drew Barrymore where she comes in to, after getting her butt kicked, to look for clothing and to get cleaned up a bit. And in the background, these kids are playing Final Fantasy VIII, and they're at the Garden Training Center using Quetzalcoatl, one of the Guardian Forces. I just thought that was an interesting bit of trivia. I never knew that Final Fantasy VIII was cameoed in a movie, an American movie at that. I just found that interesting. Anyway, I'm cycling through the garden facts here, so feel free to read all those. And that's it. I don't have anything else to say other than I'm probably never going to record commentary like this again, because it's a lot of trouble trying to synchronize the commentary with the game audio. So this is the first and last time that I do it this way. So yeah. Also, when I play the game, I guess I'm gonna play a little bit out of Squall's character. I'm gonna make him more of a nice guy than he actually is, just 'cause that's how I'd personally be if I was in his shoes. So yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Play the game the way you would play it. And that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, my future videos on this game are going to be, you know, the way I've recorded in the past, which is the audio gets recorded, both the game audio and the microphone audio at the same time, so that I don't have to synchronize them, which is massively difficult. So yeah, there you go. Enjoy the rest of my gameplay here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, a dislike if you don't like it, because, you know, to each their own. Anyway, take care, and yeah, see you when I see you.